Centennial High School, parents, students, and guests, welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. C Awards Assembly. At this time, please stand for the presentation of the flag by the Centennial JROTC and the singing of our national anthem by choir. Great job, choir and ROTC. Good work, students. Once again, welcome families, staff, students, and guests for joining us for this year Mr. and Mrs. C Hall of Fame Assembly. I would also like to welcome our staff and students that are watching the live stream of the assembly in their home rooms. Thank you to Bulldog TV for your work to provide this live stream. And I'd like to congratulate our athletes for this great honor. Your hard work and dedication to not only your athletics, but to the Centennial Bulldogs does not go unnoticed. Thank you, and remember, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. And now I would like to turn it over to Athletic and Activities Director, Mr. Ward.
All right, thank you. All right, good morning once again, staff and students and parents and family and friends. We appreciate you taking time out of your morning for this assembly. This is kind of a thing that we decided to bring back. I've been the athletic director here for 8 years, and the Mr. and Miss C assembly when I was a teacher here used to be in the auditorium. It's more of a formal setting, but for the past 7 years, we tried it in the gym. So with our new facility and with our capabilities, thanks to Bulldog TV, we brought it back to the auditorium setting. And again, a special thank you to Mr. Jacob Lewis and all his kids for doing everything you're going to see today on the screens, and the kids that are back in the rooms watching. And then eventually, this whole assembly will also be posted on YouTube, courtesy of Bulldog TV. So they do a super job. So let's give those guys a round of applause because they do a lot of work. So once again, thanks for coming today, honoring our athletes, past and present, for their accomplishments. These athletes, with many others, owe their thanks to the coaches that dedicate their long hours and years to service to Centennial athletics. We're going to start with the Hall of Fame piece. Again, when you leave today, if you're a parent or a visitor, I encourage you to go see our Hall of Fame, which is that way along the back PE hallway. with all our pictures. We had them in the old school in the gym hallway, but we've got new cases and they're posted, and so it's really exciting, and we're going to keep working on that. And eventually our video Hall of Fame also is going to be operational. We have it up now. It's just there's still some things we're working on, but so again, these athletes that are being recognized today for Hall of Fame accomplishments, there are athletes in that Hall of Fame that go back over 100 years to the 1920s, so it's a big deal. Without further introduction, our first inductee today from the class of 2025 is Jason Soto, and to say a few words on behalf of Jason is his head wrestling coach, Mr. Nick Ponce. Make sure you talk right in the mic. Don't hold it far away.
So, hello Bulldogs. I've had the pleasure of coaching Jason Soto for all 4 years here at Centennial. I've been able to watch him mature and grow throughout the years as a wrestler and as a person. Despite this, I still want to get between him and a box of Pop-Tarts when he's cutting weight. From his freshman year through his senior year, Jason has always been one of the most dominant wrestlers in our state, proving that every time he stepped on the mat. Over these 4 years, I've witnessed him take on and defeat top-ranked opponents across all classifications. His determination and competitive spirit are truly something to behold. Now let's take a moment to highlight his incredible accolades. Jason achieved 137 varsity wins here, demonstrating consistency and excellence throughout his wrestling career. He's not just a wrestler, he is a 2-time regional champion and a 4-time state placer. What's remarkable about that is his progression throughout those years. It's a testament to his hard work and resilience. His freshman year, he placed 3rd. His sophomore year, he took 5th. His junior year, he took 3rd. And his senior year, he took 2nd place, narrowly losing to the defending state champ. One thing that's also remarkable about that is all 4 years in his high school career, he made the state semifinals. So, I mean, every single year he was right there in the mix, competing with the best kids in the state in 4A and 3A. So it's really great stuff. He is only one of 2 Centennial wrestlers that I know of for sure to achieve the status of becoming a 4-time state placer here. He cemented himself in Centennial's history as one of its best wrestlers and its best athletes. His legacy is not just about the trophies and medals, it's about the heart that he brings to each match. And the leadership that he displayed for his teammates. Jason, your journey has inspired many hearts and minds along the way. From your work ethic in the wrestling room to how you carry yourself outside of it, you have set a standard for what it means to be a true athlete. Your achievements resonate deeply within this community, reminding everyone that greatness is attainable through dedication and perseverance. So without further ado, let's celebrate this incredible moment. Welcome Jason Soto to the Centennial Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025. May your future endeavors be just as spectacular as your high school career has been. Thank you.
All right, once again, Jason Soto, great job. And one of the things that we discovered when we moved from the old school to the new school is that we missed about 10 people that met the qualifications of the Hall of Fame. And we probably should take a second to talk about what it takes to be in the Hall of Fame at Centennial. There are basically 3 ways to be an athlete to get recognized in the Centennial Hall of Fame. First one, state champion and or state placer. Jason, as you just heard, is a 4-time state placer. or an all-state selection on CHASA's all-state teams, which is selected by coaches and the CHASA committee, and or a regional champion. Jason also met that requirement as well, being a two-time regional champion. So those are the three things to be nominated. Once you get nominated, then there's a committee that does vote the athletes in, a Hall of Fame committee. And so that's how you become a member of the Hall of Fame. So as we went through our people, as we were programming things into the Video Hall of Fame, we noticed a couple people, where's their picture? We don't have their picture here. They're not here. So we've gone back and we're getting those about 8 different people ready to go. We have one here with us today, and I'm proud to say Sergeant Brandon Beauvais is a former student of mine and was class of 2002. Brandon was an outstanding tennis player for the Bulldogs. His coach is no longer with us, unfortunately, a man by the name of John Bouchard. But Brandon was state runner-up as a 10th grader and also a 2-time state qualifier. So being a state runner-up, that's pretty far up there. Second place, silver medalist in tennis as a 10th grader, qualifies Brandon as a Hall of Fame member. And so we'd like to welcome Sergeant Brandon Beauvais from the Pueblo Police Department. He's an 18-year member of the force. We're proud that he is a Bulldog and he's now in the Hall of Fame. So Brandon Beauvais. Would you like to say a couple words? Yeah. I'm going to let Brandon say a few words. Jason didn't want to, but
I'll keep this short, but thank you for being here today. I'd like to recognize my dad here. He was a volunteer coach during my time and years prior to that too, and that's where I'm at today. Without my dad, I wouldn't be here, so thank you. Awesome. I'd also like to thank my wife for being here and all the support throughout the years, and Mr. Ward for all the support while I was here at Centennial and being a proud Bulldog. And I just encourage you all to never stop believing and work hard, and it'll get you good places. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, if you want to hold your picture and your certificate right here, we'll kind of come up. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Beauvais, class of 2002. All right, now we're moving on to Mr. and Miss C. Oh, excuse me, that's not actually correct. We had one other person that we did induct, and her sister is actually here, so I'm going to have her come up and receive the certificate on behalf of her sister who was inducted. She was class of 2014 and was a 4-time state placer in girls track. And 4th place being her highest finish, but she was a 4-time state placer. And so her sister is a former Bulldog, of course, and a coach for us, Camille Arnold. So receiving the certificate, and we're still getting her picture ready for the case, is Camille Arnold receiving on behalf of Caitlin Arnold, class of 2014. All right, I'll come over for a quick picture. Thanks, Camille. Caitlin couldn't be here for work. And like I said, there's about 7 or 8 other kids that we will be placing in the Hall of Fame as well. We're still getting pictures and things to keep it as current as it needs to be. So now we're ready to move on to Mr. and Mrs. C. A little bit about that. Long-standing tradition here at Centennial that honors outstanding male and female athletes for their achievements over a 4-year period at Centennial. To be a qualified candidate for Mr. and Miss C, they must earn varsity letters in 2 or more sports. Those students then receive points based on letters over their high school career, state places, regional places, all league accomplishments, and so on. So These 6 students here have been selected due to a point system, and then the finals are chosen by the coaches in a ballot. So the head coaches, once these kids are all here, the coaches are polled, and we pick Mr. and Miss C. So congratulations to all our students that have been selected for this honor as a class member of 2025. I'll introduce them real briefly, and then they'll have coaches come up and say a few words about them individually. When you hear your name, just briefly stand up so the audience can see who you are. First, Senior Alfredo Avila Soda, nominated for football and soccer. Senior Sal Mendoza, nominated for his participation in wrestling and football. Senior Elijah Rodriguez for his participation in soccer, cross country, and track. Senior El Benedetto, nominated for her participation in girls swimming and track. Senior Maya Mondragon, nominated for her participation in dance and soccer. And Senior Quincy Nakaguma, nominated for her participation in dance and girls tennis. Congratulations to you 6 for being selected. And because our coaches know these candidates best, I'll let them come up and speak on behalf of you. First, introducing Alfredo Avila Soda will be his head soccer coach, Mr. Jeff Greenwood. Make sure you talk right into the mic.
Good morning, Bulldogs. Coach Greenwood. I just want to kick this off by saying congrats to the Hall of Fame candidates. Jason, I went to school with Jason's dad. Watched his career, very proud of him. And Brandon over there was my roommate in college, so we've been friends for 30 years. So very proud of those 2 Bulldogs, and good job, guys. So this morning I'm here to speak a little bit on Alfredo's behalf. I've been the head boys coach here for 2 years now, and had the honor of coaching Alfredo for the last 2 years. To be recognized in this group of athletes here as a Mr. C candidate is a huge honor, and I think it speaks a lot to, Alfredo being recognized for his leadership, his grit, and his excellence to my program, the boys soccer program, as well as the football program, and he even gave basketball a little go. Didn't work out, but he's a great athlete and very deserving of being on this. So, and to speak to a little bit of his accolades, he's a 4-year letter winner, or letter recipient for the boys soccer team. And in 2023, he was a all-league, all-conference honorable mention. And then this year, 2024, he was an all-league first team member and voted as the All-South Central League Defensive Player of the Year. I've watched him grow up even before I was the coach here. I've been around the club programs and coached for many years and watched him kind of come up, and I've really been proud of the hard work he's put in as an athlete and most importantly as a student. He's been on the honor roll as long as I've been the coach here. I've never had him come up on my eligibility report, and that speaks a lot about him. Back to him being voted Defensive Player of the Year. A lot of times players who are defensive players, especially in soccer, they don't really get recognized for everything they put into what they do. There's really no glory in being a defender, but without Alfredo the last 2 years, our team would not have achieved the success that we have. Game after game, Alfredo shut down the best opponents, attacking players, and the toughest offenses we faced, and had the task of shutting down his junior year some really great players in our playoff match. It's not always about the skills, it's about the mindset, and I've watched him grow as a young man and, you know, put everything he has into his discipline. His work ethic these days is unmatched, and I think that's what makes me so proud of him. But his journey doesn't end here. Alfredo is going to take his skills and go play at the college level at Otero College, which is a huge honor. Not many boys soccer players here get a chance to play at that level, and I think it says a lot about the work he put in here inside these walls as a student and outside on the pitch. So kind of speak to football a little bit. I watched him. He was a great place kicker for the football team. I don't think he really ever hit anybody, nor did he want to, but he probably could have rung some bells. But Alfredo, you've left a legacy here, not just as an elite athlete, but as a teammate, a leader, a role model. I believe your story is one of determination, growth, and resilience. And this school is better because you were part of it. Congratulations to you on being nominated as one of the Mr. C candidates, and also congratulations to the rest of the athletes up here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Greenwood. Next up will be our head track and cross-country coach, Mr. Ronnie Garcia, and he'll talk about candidate Elijah Rodriguez.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Coach Garcia, and I'm the head track and cross-country coach here at Centennial. It's an honor to speak on behalf of Elijah Rodriguez today for candidate for Mr. C. I had the opportunity to coach Elijah the last 2 years in cross-country and track and field. Elijah is a multi-sport athlete. He also competes in soccer. Elijah participated in soccer for 4 years. He lettered 2 years. As a junior, he was a state qualifier. His senior year, he made the all-academic team. He ran cross-country the last 2 years. Every morning in the summer, waking up at 6 a.m., going on 3 to 5 mile runs, leading the team. Elijah placed in the top 5 at the city meet, and he was also all South Central League. Elijah also participated in track and field his junior and senior year. He earned a letter his junior year and is currently on pace to earn his 6th varsity letter this spring. Elijah will have the opportunity to place in the SEL meet next Thursday. Not only has Elijah been great on the playing field and track, he has also participated in many clubs and extracurricular activities. Elijah participated in the Festival of Winds at CSUP for 2 years, which is a big music festival. He was also involved in the Southern Colorado Honor Choir and Orchestra Festival for the past 2 years. Elijah is currently a member of the Front Range Brass Band for the last 2 years and marched during the Rose Bowl Parade in Pasadena, California, January 1st, 2025. What a great honor. He played in the Pueblo Youth Symphony for 4 years, as well as participating in All City Honors Orchestra for 4 years, and now apprentice member of the Pueblo Symphony. On top of that busy schedule, Elijah has managed to volunteer at the Pueblo Salvation Army Corps during the Christmas season, bell ringing, and is currently working on starting a youth brass band. He also earned a scholarship to a summer music camp called the Western Music Institute in California for the summer last year. Elijah also participated in the 2025 Salvation Army Intermountain Divisional Encore Music Competition and earned the first place award, and will go on to a territorial encore in California in June of 2025. I want to touch on some of Elijah's classroom accomplishments. Elijah also made the Dean's List at Pueblo Community College the last 2 semesters and Centennial's Honor Roll. He has been a full-time college student the last 3 years and will be finishing up his Associate of Arts in Computer Information Systems. He attended JROTC Cadet Leadership Challenge the last 2 years, and his goal is to hopefully join one of the U.S. military academies in the future, which I think he can. I know Elijah will be successful at whatever he decides to do. He will definitely be missed by the track and cross country team and the entire Centennial community. Without further ado, it's my honor to recognize Team Captain Elijah Rodriguez, 2025 candidate for Mr. C. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach Garcia. And our last Mr. C candidate to be introduced today on stage is Mr. Sal Mendoza. He'll be introduced by his head wrestling coach, Mr. Nick Ponce.
Hello again. Today I have the honor of talking about an outstanding athlete and even better individual, Sal Mendoza, or as I like to call him, Sally Wally. Before he graduates, it's important to reflect on the incredible journey he has paved over these last 4 years. Sal has been a dedicated member of our wrestling team, lettering all 4 years, demonstrating not just skill on the mat, but an unwavering commitment to the sport and to his teammates. His hard work and determination paid off significantly when he made to state his sophomore year, a remarkable achievement that showed his talent and potential. He was able to do so by placing 4th at regionals his sophomore year, which set the tone for a great career. But that wasn't the end of his accolades. Sal, as a senior, was also able to place 5th at regionals, narrowly missing his chance to stay just 1 match away. But with each match he wrestled, he always showed grit and willpower. He always showed a lot of fight, and that's something I can really respect about him. Another thing I like to note with him littering all 4 years is he almost did it in a different weight class every year, which is really incredible. You know, he was able to, I think he wrestled heavyweights his freshman year, if I remember. Then he dropped down to 220s the next 2 years, and then it was 215s. And then this last year he wrestled 190s. So, you know, to almost lose 100 pounds, I mean, that's just incredible. And, that's going to stick with him for his life. So that's something that's amazing. Something I'm really going to miss this year is I'm going to be missing the famous Sally slide by. That's something that's going to suck. But, it's worth noting that Sal's dedication wasn't defined solely with wrestling. He also excelled in football here, lettering 3 years in that sport as well, I believe, which speaks volumes about his versatility as an athlete and his commitment to the excellent in everything he does. Sal, your journey has been inspiring for us, for your teammates, and for everyone who's, following your footsteps, like your younger brothers. So setting a great, example is good. From your incredible weight loss journey to your determination to get back on the mat from your injuries, the shoulder injuries, you set an exceptional example of hard work, sportsmanship, and leadership. As you move on to your next chapter of life, know that you've left behind a legacy that'll motivate future generations of wrestlers and athletes in our program. On behalf of all your coaches, teammates, thank you for your passion, your determination, and all the memories we've shared. We wish you all the best in your life. Keep chasing your dreams, just like you've done on the map. Thank you.
All right, once again, thank you, Coach Nick Ponce. And now we'll move on to our girls. First in Alphabetic order is Elle Benedetto, and she'll be introduced by her swim coach, who was up here earlier, Miss Camille Arnold.
Thank you, Bulldog parents, for being here to honor our Mr. and Miss C candidates. Congratulations to this year's Hall of Fame inductees. Well-deserved, gentlemen. And thank you on behalf of my family for my sister's induction. It's well-deserved. We're a Bulldog family. We were born and bred for it, and we're glad that she's finally in. Today, I would like to talk to you about Miss C candidate, Elle Benedetto. I had the privilege of working with Elle through girls swim and track, although getting to know her more through girls swim. If you are in this room and don't know what the girls swim team or boys swim team has been through the last few years, it's a bit of a hot mess. But through the mess that we have had to fight for, the existence of our team has been the quiet leadership of Miss Elle. Very quiet when she came on the team, young, wasn't sure she was going to stick it out because we lost our pool here at our school and we had to travel to swim elsewhere. She did end up sticking it out her junior year, returned for her senior year, where along with her other seniors had to combine and swim with girls from the other 4 schools. If you've ever taken a group of girls to coach, you know it's a little bit challenging. And then it's challenging adding different personalities from the different schools. So she was one of the rocks, along with some of the other seniors I relied on to get the season going, and it paid out. So her quiet determination and her leadership, not a big person in front of the crowd, but she was always there supporting her teammates, always there wanting to work harder, trying to push. Many conversations of, Coach, how can I get better? How can I get faster? And she took the time and did summer workouts, joined summer swim, and that definitely paid off in that she made it to state, broke some of her times, and was just an integral part of the senior crew that was able to lead not just Centennial's swim team, but District 60's swim team to our state appearance where we had to swim up to 4A. On top of swim, she's also been a member of our track team, and she has also been a quiet leader, always there, always pushing. She took a leap of faith and decided to try a new event this year where she is pushing to find success and pushing herself to try to always do better. So with that, I have known that Elle has lettered 2 years with cross country. She's lettered for me for 3 years for swim. She will earn her 4th track letter at the end of the season in a couple of weeks. And on top of her athletics here at Centennial, she has been an outstanding student, athlete first. She's one of the ones that we never see her name on the ineligibility list. She always has maintained a 3.8 GPA or higher each semester. And she has also participated in jazz band and lettered in that endeavor. It is my honor to say welcome to the induction and candidacy of Miss C for 2025, Elle Benedetto.
Okay, thank you, Miss Arnold. Next up will be Maya Mondragon, and she will be introduced by her head dance coach, Desiree Trujillo.
Good morning, nominees, parents, families, and Bulldog athletes. Congratulations, Hall of Famers. Good stuff there. And congratulations, all you ladies and gentlemen. I'm Desiree. I'm the coach of dance team, and I'm here to speak on behalf of Maya. I met Maya before her freshman year. She was an incoming 8th grader trying out for dance team. Well, a few inches taller, a little more vocal, and some cool glass frame switch-ups, she made the team, and here we are 4 years later. From my first meeting Maya until this very day, Maya has always been known as a quiet one, but when it came to putting in the work, she showed up and she put in the work. She always gives 110% to her team. Maya had talents that were hidden, and as she grew within the team, so did her talents. This was her senior year on the team, and with that comes more responsibility. Underclassmen look to their seniors for leadership and direction. Maya, along with her fellow senior dancers, did just that. Maya always had encouraging words for her teammates. They were quiet, but they were straight to the point. Being nominated for Mr. or Mrs. C is a great accomplishment. This means that you have dedicated yourself to not only sports throughout your high school career, but represented Centennial as well. Maya has been on 2 varsity sports for all 4 of her high school years. Varsity dance team, including competition dance team, and varsity soccer, all as an incoming freshman. That is a lot to handle and accomplish as a freshman. Maya did it and continued to do so for the next few years. I remember Maya showing up to tryouts with bandages, bruises, scrapes on her knees and shins because the night before they had played county and it was a rough match. So way to go, Maya, way to show up. Maya didn't get much of a break these last 4 years, holidays and maybe some weekends between doing dance and soccer. Being a student athlete in multiple sports takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Athletes like Maya push themselves into these sports to represent Centennial. Along with dedication, Maya is an excellent student. In order to participate in these sports, you must maintain grades. So after leaving dance practice or soccer practice or dance and soccer practice, Maya still had to go home and put in the work to get her homework done. That's a long day for a student athlete. I get those weekly grade reports, and I'm happy to report that after 4 years, I have never had to send Maya a message about being on probation or being ineligible. This also highly reflects Maya's character. She is determined to push herself to handle all of these responsibilities and excel all while doing these sports. On top of all this talk of being a successful athlete and excellent student, Maya is deeply rooted in Centennial. Maya is a 3rd-generation Bulldog. Grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sister Madison, who is currently on the dance team, and brother, who is an incoming freshman next year, Makaisan, are all Bulldogs. That's pretty amazing. With all that being said, I am proud and honored to have been able to be part of Maya's athletic journey here at Centennial. I know Maya does not like this to be the center of attention, but today I truly feel that Maya deserves it and her nomination for Mrs. C. Congratulations, Maya.
All right, and our last girl candidate will be Quincy Nakaguma, and she'll be introduced by her head tennis coach, Miss Deidre Roki.
Good morning, my name is Deidre Roki. I'm the girls' head tennis coach. It is absolutely my pleasure to introduce Quincy Nakaguma as a 2025 Mrs. C nominee. I met Quincy 4 years ago during preseason conditioning. She showed up to my gym and we did some workouts. I was lucky enough that day to meet her beautiful mother, Kimberly, and my now assistant coach, Spencer. During our conditioning, I was instantly aware of Quincy's athleticism. She was able to do all the things I asked her to do during those conditioning workouts, and it looked pretty easy, which was surprising because it was CrossFit and we do a lot of crazy stuff. And so I was instantly curious about what other sports she played. I was like, this girl is definitely an athlete. What does she do? Well, come to find out, she's a dancer. And for me, I was like, I think we all have these preconceived notions of what dancers are. And she was an athlete, and I knew it, and I could tell by her ability to move. And I believe that comes from dancing. So over the years, I was lucky enough to watch her compete and perform individually and with her team. I absolutely noticed how strong, graceful, poised she was during those competitions, and she was absolutely a joy to watch. She has completely changed my way of perceiving dancers, and I now know what great athletes they are. To watch her dance is a true privilege for us. As a member of the Centennial dance team, Quincy has shown leadership. She's always been there and has many accolades. She puts in hard work, she does the extra, and it really shows. Many of her accolades include 4 years varsity dance team. As a freshman, she received the highest score during tryouts. She was recognized as the strongest dancer, not surprised. She competed 4 years at state. As a sophomore and a junior, she provided input into choreography and performances. As a senior, she choreographed and cleaned many performances. She also, as a leader, showed up to help individuals with technique in dancing and was able to just, I believe, be a great asset to our dance team. She was obviously a leader there, and her hard work and her amazing athleticism really shows up in her dance. So if you ever get a chance, if we ever get to see her dance again, you will be very lucky. Now on to tennis. Quincy will also be a 4-year letter winner in tennis. From her freshman to senior year, she has improved greatly, not only in her tennis skills, but also in her tennis IQ. Quincy has done numerous summer workouts. She has competed during the summer, and she is always there when I ask. If I say, hey, we're going to go out and hit today, would you like to get an extra hitting session in? She is the first one to respond, and she is always there, even in the 104 summer tennis weather. She shows up. She has definitely showed this, her senior year has really shown up to play, and I see an extra spark of enthusiasm, and she currently is a big force to be reckoned with within our region and our city. She right now has an 11-2 record on the season. She has only lost 2 matches this year, and both of those matches were to 4A and 5A competitors, which she made work really hard, but you know, she just didn't pull those 2 out. But you know what, 11-2 is an outstanding record. We have 4 more matches to play, and then we head into regionals, and I am very, very excited to watch her compete. As a freshman, Quincy was a regional champ at 1 doubles and went to state. Her sophomore year, Quincy was a regional champion at 2 singles and placed 5th in the state tournament. As a senior, like I said, Quincy has accumulated an 11-2 record. I honestly believe she is bound for state. She's done a great job this year, and I can't believe the amazing improvements she has made in her tennis game. Quincy is a dynamic and smart tennis player. If you have not been out to see us play on our tennis courts out here, we've been back to the Centennial tennis courts this year for the first time in 4.5 years. So if you get a chance, our last match here at the tennis courts is April 28th, where we play South. We would love to have you guys come out. Or on any given weekend, we'll be out at City Park, so please come out and watch that. You would love to see Quincy play tennis. She is awesome. She played a really tough match this weekend. We were at a tournament. The weather was incredibly warm, but I have seen her play amazing matches this year. Watching her compete one-on-one with somebody in that arena has been just a great honor for me. I feel like she is one of the best athletes I've ever seen come out for my tennis team, and she deserves all the accolades and everything, you know, she's achieved so far. Although Quincy has many accolades, I find it most impressive that she carries a 4.3 grade point average and is ranked 2nd in her class. So obviously she has definitely has high expectations for herself, and she is definitely achieving those goals that she had set for herself. She is truly an example of a student athlete here at Centennial, with all her accolades in sports, her great GPA, and her second rank in her class. I feel like she truly epitomizes a student athlete here at Centennial. And as Frank Latino said many, many times, I believe Quincy is simply the best. I am so incredibly proud of Quincy and all her accomplishments. I can't wait to see what she has in store for her future. And I'm just very proud to introduce Quincy Nakaguma as your Mrs. C nomination this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Roki. All right, as you can see, all 6 of these students up here, and they are student athletes, have some amazing accomplishments, and was a very difficult decision, I'm sure, for our head coaches who have made the decision several weeks ago, because we had to get stuff into the yearbook. So at this time, with great honor, we're going to present these plaques for Mr. and Mrs. C. So first, on the boys' side, Mr. C for class of 2025 will be Elijah Rodriguez. Okay, congratulations. And for our girl, so Miss C for 25, class of 25, selected by the Centennial coaching staff, El Benedetto. Thank you so much for supporting Centennial Athletics. Again, this concludes our assembly. If you are a parent, family, or friend, we do have a reception upstairs above the learning stairs in the Commons. I want to thank Miss Ann Fodenwright and Girls Cabinet for putting that on for us today. And again, I encourage you to see our Hall of Fame in your visit here to Centennial. If you can make it over there, we would appreciate you checking that out. At this time, we are going to have all our students return back to their homerooms. I think class is ending shortly, but students are dismissed. We are going to grab a couple pictures up here, and this does conclude our assembly. Thank you so much.